Welcome back to the Yaffee program. We're here on News Talk 770 AM 92.5 FM WVNN. It's Thursday as well. That means Christopher Reed joins the show. You can hear his show right here on WVNN, 8 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. And, of course, we're always here for the Yaffee program, 9 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. So I wanted to ask Chris's opinion on the latest with Nancy Guthrie, who is NBC Today host Savannah Guthrie's mom. Been getting a lot of attention in the news because apparently she was kidnapped from her home on Saturday. They have no idea what happened to her. They do say it looks like it was some kind of struggle. Now, the latest news is that yesterday, Savannah Guthrie, along with her siblings, put out a video saying that if there is someone who has her, to reach out, that they have heard reports of a ransom in the media, but nothing really confirmed on that. And they wanted proof that Nancy is alive. Now, the other thing I was going to talk about, and I'll get Chris's take as well, and he gave me an update on TMZ, so let me go through some of this. There was one reporter who used to work for CNN and used to work for MSNBC and used to work for News Nation. She has her own podcast called the Drop Dead Series Podcast. She said, her name is Ashley Banfield. She said that Savannah's brother-in-law, so Nancy's son-in-law, might be a prime suspect in the case, citing an unnamed law enforcement source. She reported that investigators are focusing on the husband of Nancy Guthrie's other daughter. She said there is some connection to Annie Guthrie's car and Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law, that would be Annie's husband, from Tucson. Says, and my law enforcement source tells me that he is the prime suspect in the case. Now, she later qualified this by stating that he may be a suspect, adding that family members are often examined closely early in missing person cases. Now, according to some of the latest reports, they heard about this claim, the police chief there, and the Pima County's Sheriff Department as well said Wednesday morning. They said, we have not identified a suspect or person of interest in this case. Detectives continue to speak with anyone who may have had contact with Mrs. Guthrie. We are also awaiting additional forensic results. It says, we are not confirming the car being seized. We are unsure where that reporter got her information. Now, another piece of news, I'm trying to get all this out there before I get your comment, Chris, but President Trump talked with Savannah Guthrie yesterday, and he posted on Truth Social that he is sending all kinds of resources to find her. Said he wants to work to find Nancy Guthrie. And I understand as well that FBI Director Kash Patel is going to be on the scene today. So knowing all of this, Chris, you're a retired lawyer. You've seen some of this stuff as well in your profession. What do you think about this? I mean, what do you think the chances are that Nancy's alive? Do you think maybe it was a ransom? I mean, what is going on here?
Well, I'm going to say this first. It may be controversial. I don't know if everyone agrees with me, but I'm against kidnappings in all cases. Yeah, I'm against them all. I want to say that. But look, she's a wonderful lady. I was actually looking into it. She does go to a Presbyterian conservative church. It's kind of like the one in Briarwood I used to go to. Seems like a wonderful person. Really sad. But if you look at the data, the more time that goes between somebody getting kidnapped and not being recovered, the less chance you recover them. And if you add in the factor that she doesn't have dementia, but she's in poor physical health. She's 84. She got a pacemaker. Those chances go down significantly as well. I mean, pray that she comes back. I mean, it does happen. Elizabeth Spark, no one thought she'd come back. She did. There's always been examples. So I'm not saying there's zero. Police need to do everything they can. The federal government should do everything they can. But if you want to just look at this from an objective standpoint, in cases like this, the person returning alive is probably not, it's close to 10%, and that's being really generous. And as far as the family thing, I'll say this, every single time there's somebody's missing in a family, they do a timeline of the family, because you're always looking for family. You always do that. So they would have ruled out the family within the first 24, 48 hours. I mean, they just would. That if there was anything there, they would have had it. So that was denied by the police. TMZ, there's a couple other ones that said that wasn't true. And plus, if it was true, like, think about it. Like, I mean, you're married to one of her daughter. You really think he's going to do that, and then he's going to find a way to, like, hide his movements and everything else? Now you get caught. So I don't think that's it. I think somebody kidnapped her, and most likely it was somebody that thought they could get a lot of money for it. And what may have happened is
so you actually think it's a ransom thing? I'd see. Usually in these cases, it's someone you know. So yeah, I think it's probably a personal thing.
Well, I think I think that it started as a ransom thing, but there were blood droplets found at the scene. Doesn't mean she died, but if it was a ransom thing, ransoms are called in within 24 to 48 hours. There's not a number that we know of. They said there's a note, and we think that it may be there. So I don't know if that's maybe she was taken, maybe she passed away in custody because of the way she was taken. I don't really know, but it just seems like at this point, if there was a ransom and a payment, you would have had an exchange or something like that at this point. So to me, it seems like I don't think she's going to come back. I hope she does. I really hope she does, but it's very unlikely in my mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, most people probably think that. It's interesting. Another report I had heard earlier this week is that they basically had cleared the crime scene within 24 hours because they got an Amazon package. Reporters were asking. They said, well, they already turned the home back over to the family, and people were kind of like, why so soon? You've already cleared this up. Wouldn't you still be there? Now, apparently, because the feds have gotten more involved here, it's now a crime scene again. They have crime scene tape, and there are more investigators looking more into it. But that to me was a little concerning. And it almost made me think maybe they do know more than they're letting on, the officers.
Well, they always know more because in any case like this, you can't. If you give all the details, that's a very dangerous thing because then you won't be able to determine between real tips and fake ones, right? So you have to hold some things back because if someone calls in with a tip and they give details that were not made publicly available, it probably means that tip's going to get high priority. But if you tell them everything, you can't distinguish. So 95% of tips are going to be fake and something this high profile. So they have to. So yes, but it's just I don't want to. I hate criticizing law enforcement, but this Tucson whatever sheriff, it doesn't seem like has a lot of experience with this. He's not good at press conferences. Just either answered questions so vaguely it didn't help, or he was way too specific to begin with. And I'm not saying whether he was the best or not would have made a difference in the outcome, but it just doesn't give people a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. I mean, it's terrifying. It's a horrible story, and unfortunately, I'm sure you had this thought in your mind as well. We're all hoping it's not politically motivated or something. Some nut job who didn't like Savannah Guthrie and takes it out on her mom. I mean, we're all hoping it doesn't kind of raise to that level either.
I would say probably not. I mean, Nancy, again, her mom's really conservative. I don't think Savannah is, but her mom is. So I don't think that would be it. You generally, if it was a political statement, you go after a politician, right? You go after somebody that's an activist. You're not going to go after an 84-year-old lady to make a political statement. That's something that just isn't done historically. It's probably going to be more. I would say it's likely more of something that has to do with money. Or maybe some psychotic person wanted to be famous, so they decided to kill the relative of a famous person. We do see that throughout history, but politically, there's not really a political reason you go after someone's elderly mother in this situation. There's no way I could see that making sense, even to somebody that wants to hurt people for political reasons.
Yeah, I tend to think you're right on that. I'm still going to go with, and who knows? I really hope she's still alive. I hope maybe they can get her back. I hope we find out more information soon. But if I had to guess, I'm going to guess it's someone she personally knew, and it has to do with some kind of personal dispute or something that nobody is aware of, and that we kind of find out. If it's not a family member, it's someone at her church, it's a friend, and it has nothing to do with money or the fame. That's my guess. We don't know for sure, but that's kind of where I think this is going to end up going, because usually that's what happens. So Christopher Reed is joining us. When we get back from the break, he's going to go over a story maybe we missed. There's a lot to cover, and I'm sure we missed something. So we'll get to that next on the Yaffee program. Stay with us.
The Yaffee program. What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
This isn't your average podcast.
This is one of the most, if not the most controversial podcasts.
This is Full Send.
Do you like party ever?
I think Post Malone told me once he went to like one of your parties.
What was the biggest after party you guys ever did?
We had one with you guys.
I know,
that
was
lit.
Unfiltered conversations.
I'm not going to say any names, but
we got Dr. Phil pulling up.
Jake Paul's coming in today.
Benjamin Netanyahu, he's about to walk into the podcast right now.
I feel like he'd leave.
Yeah, maybe.
The Full Send podcast.
This is so crazy.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Mic Drop.
You ready?
Let's do it. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ridland. It's unfiltered.
You know, when you go to the sound of the gun, bam, you're gone.
It's weird. I mean, I've had so many near-death experiences.
It's raw.
I love this country. I offered my life to serve this nation and protect its people.
The question, you know, what's the meaning of life? And to me, it just boils down to one single word, which is purpose.
Mic Drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.